world's most dangerous flashpoint may not be where you think. Every day, military ships, fighter jets, and competing superpowers operate just miles apart. One misunderstanding, one miscalculation, could trigger a crisis felt across the entire world. And at the center of it all lies one island, Taiwan. Welcome to Geopol AI, the Pacific crisis. Why the world is watching Taiwan? The Pacific Ocean has become one of the most important geopolitical regions in the world today, rising tensions between China, Taiwan, the United States, and its allies are raising serious questions about the future of global stability. But why is this region so important? And why are world leaders paying such close attention to what happens there? Let's find out. 1. Why is the Pacific Ocean geographically important? The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean on Earth, connecting Asia, North America, and Australia. A significant portion of global trade passes through its sea routes every single day. Major economies such as China, Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan are located in this region. Countless products, electronics, vehicles, and industrial goods travel through these waters before reaching consumers around the world. That is why any nation with greater influence in the Pacific can also exert greater influence over global trade and international security. More than half of global maritime trade passes through the Indo-Pacific region, making it one of the most important economic corridors on Earth. 2. What does China want? China considers Taiwan to be part of its territory. Beijing's position is that Taiwan should eventually be reunified with mainland China. China also wants to reduce American influence in the Pacific and be recognized as the dominant power in the region. In addition, China seeks to strengthen its maritime boundaries, secure critical trade routes, and enhance its national security. 3. Why are tensions increasing? Over the past several years, China has significantly increased its military activities around Taiwan. Military aircraft flights, naval exercises, and Coast Guard operations have all become more frequent. At the same time, the United States and its allies have strengthened their relationships with Taiwan. As a result, trust between both sides has declined, while tensions continue to rise. For Beijing, Taiwan is not simply an island. It is a question of national identity, strategic security, and global influence. 4. Why are Chinese Coast Guard activities important? Many people assume that only military forces create security concerns. However, in modern geopolitics, Coast Guards also play a critical role. Chinese Coast Guard vessels frequently patrol disputed maritime areas. These activities allowed China to reinforce its presence and territorial claims without engaging in direct military conflict. This approach is often referred to by experts as the gray zone strategy. 5. What are Western countries concerned about? The United States, Japan, Australia, and several European countries are concerned that continued pressure on Taiwan could alter the balance of power in the region. They are also worried that a major crisis around Taiwan could severely disrupt global trade and supply chains. For many governments, maintaining stability in the Taiwan Strait is a matter of both security and economic importance. 6. How are the United States and its allies responding? The United States continues to maintain a strong naval presence throughout the Pacific region. Joint military exercises are regularly conducted with Japan, Australia, and the Philippines. The goal is clear: to demonstrate a commitment to regional stability, freedom of navigation, and open international trade routes. 7. What is the biggest danger? The greatest danger may not be a full-scale war. Instead, it is the risk of miscalculation. Imagine a military vessel moving too close to another, a fighter jet flying dangerously near an opposing aircraft, or a command being misunderstood during a tense situation. A small incident like this could rapidly escalate into a much larger crisis within hours. History has shown that wars do not always begin with a deliberate decision. Sometimes they begin with a mistake. 8. What could be the economic and trade consequences? If a major crisis emerges in the Pacific, the economic impact could be significant. Global trade could be disrupted. Shipping costs could increase. Consumer goods could become more expensive. Energy prices could rise. Because today's global economy is deeply interconnected, the consequences would not be limited to Asia alone. They would likely be felt around the world. 9. What happens if the crisis escalates further? If tensions continue to grow, several outcomes are possible. More military deployments could occur. New economic sanctions might be imposed. Financial markets could become increasingly unstable. Investors generally react negatively to uncertainty, and prolonged tensions could have a serious impact on global financial confidence. 10. Why is the global supply chain at risk? Many of the world's largest manufacturing centers are located in Asia. If critical maritime routes are disrupted, the effects could spread rapidly. Product deliveries could be delayed. Shipping expenses could increase. Companies could struggle to obtain essential raw materials. Ultimately, businesses across the globe could face major operational challenges. 11. Why are semiconductors so important? Semiconductors are the foundation of the modern technological world. They are used in smartphones, computers, vehicles, artificial intelligence systems, military technologies. Taiwan is home to some of the world's most advanced semiconductor manufacturing facilities. If Taiwan's production were disrupted, the global technology industry could face serious consequences. Without semiconductors, modern economies would struggle to function. From smartphones to advanced weapon systems, the world depends on these tiny chips. 12. What could happen to the global economy? A major crisis in the Pacific could have worldwide economic effects. Stock markets could decline. Oil prices could rise. Inflation could increase. Investment could slow down. In other words, a regional conflict could quickly become a global economic problem. 13. Is the world approaching a new Pacific crisis? This is the question that governments, military planners, and economists are asking today. At the moment, no major power appears eager for direct war. China, the United States, and their allies all understand the enormous costs that a large-scale conflict would bring. However, as military pressure, naval activities, and political tensions continue to grow, so does the risk of a dangerous mistake. History has repeatedly shown that major conflicts often begin not through deliberate decisions, but through misunderstandings and miscalculations. That is why the Pacific Ocean today is more than just a body of water. It has become the central stage of 21st century geopolitics, where the world's leading powers are competing for influence, security, and the future balance of global power. The Pacific Ocean is no longer just a body of water. It has become the arena where the future balance of global power may be decided. The stakes are enormous. The risks are growing, and the world is watching closely. Because the next major geopolitical crisis may not begin with a declaration of war. It may begin with a single mistake. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe to Geopol AI for more insights into global security, military strategy, geopolitics, and the forces shaping tomorrow's world. The world is watching, and the story is far from over. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe to Geopol AI for more insights into global security, military strategy, geopolitics, and the forces shaping tomorrow's world.